And be a part of WCTC's real-time talk. Like 1450 WCTC on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at 1450 WCTC. Jersey Central with Bert Barron on the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC.
8:08, it's hour number 3 of Jersey Central on the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC, the voice of Central Jersey. It's Bert Barron. Good morning to you. Coming up very shortly, the WCTC Forge Jewelers Gem of the Day word. I'll give you that coming up at 8:20. Keep that word handy. Listen to Tommy G this afternoon sometime between 4:45 and 5 o'clock. He will ask you to call him back with the word of the day. Give him the correct word, and you'll be in the running to win 20 tickets to a Somerset Patriots 2017 home game. Watch the game from a luxury suite at TD Bank Ballpark in Bridgewater. So I'll give you the word coming up at 8:20. Very special guest joining me in the studio, and it's probably been about the last 3 or 4 years in a row that when she makes the rounds and visits the various county fairs across the state of New Jersey, that it's customary that the American Honey Queen and American Honey Princess visit the studios here at WCTC. And we have the 2016 winner who was with us here this hour. She is from Texas. Her name is Tabitha Mansker, and she is here. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Bert. Thank you for having me.
Jet lag? You just get in from Texas just recently?
Actually, I didn't come from Texas. I came from Kentucky, so I do travel the country for 340 days, so I'm still on a trip right now.
340 days a year?
Yes, sir.
Bruce Springsteen doesn't even travel that many days a year. Well, good to have you here, and welcome. The Hunterdon County 4-H Fair is hosting you through this weekend. The fair is going on, right?
Yes, sir. So I'll be here at the fair until Sunday, and I'll be working the booth and just down there selling honey, and I'm here with the beekeepers, so...
Cool. Give me the process. How does one become the American Honey Princess? Share your story with us, if you would.
All right. So the American Honey Princess is a spokesperson position, and it's just like a job interview, but it is a competition. So it's all a knowledge, education, and presentation-based competition. You have to be a beekeeper. So a girl ages 18 to 25. I started beekeeping when I was 11 years old.
Wow.
And I worked for a commercial beekeeper at 15 for my first job as a teenager. Since then, I've been doing bees and just being involved in the agricultural community. So then I applied for this position. It is a scholarship position, so that's the incentive, and you
Nice.
get to travel the country for a full year and promote the industry.
Were your parents cool with you working with bees as a little kid?
My parents were very supportive of it. Anything that was productive, constructive work, they were good with. So
You have to get stung that first time and then be like, okay, I'm good to go now.
Yes.
You've obviously been stung doing this, right?
Oh, yes. The first 2 years, I didn't get stung at all. But then the first time I got stung, I got stung quite a few times.
It's like an initiation,
But
right?
yes,
Like, okay, now
yes.
now I can do this for real.
But it's neat because bees don't want to sting you. So once you figure that out, you realize that you can actually read their behavior and their alarms before they ever sting you.
Their behavior, right?
Yes.
Is that what you said?
There you go.
Yeah, okay.
There you
That's like a last-ditch effort for a bee because it's like there's no going back after this,
No,
right?
the honeybee does die, and it doesn't want to sting you. It just does it as a defense.
The ultimate sacrifice, I guess,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And at the end, we get this delicious honey. Is it true that honey is responsible for 1/3 of our entire diet? But I never eat honey. How is it responsible for 1/3 of it?
So honey isn't exactly responsible for 1/3 of our diet, but pollination is.
Oh, the process. Okay.
Yes. So honey is kind of a byproduct that we get from the beehives.
Okay.
But what bees do for us is pollination. So they pollinate 1/3 of the food that we eat, over 90 different crops in the U.S.
That's remarkable.
Yes.
The honey in New Jersey is pretty good, right? I always hear about how great the local honey is. Is it just Jersey, or is that pretty much everywhere?
New Jersey does have some great honey. Each state has a honey normally special to their state, like especially New Jersey, it's clover, wildflower, or blueberry honey because there's a lot of blueberry pollination here. So I've tried the blueberry honey, which was delicious, as well as your wildflower honey.
Okay, so when you see the signs on the side of the road that say local honey, you know it's good stuff.
Yes, and there's over 300 different varieties of honey in the U.S.
How many?
300.
So what's the one that's in the jar in the store? That's just like honey, it says.
Well, what's typically in the store is normally a clover or a wildflower.
Okay.
But there's that's just only 2 varieties. So to think that there's over 300 just here in the U.S. is amazing. So I bet you need to try a few more.
I do. Yeah, I
Yes.
really do. I just stepped my game up, obviously.
There you go.
Health benefits that I always hear about. For somebody like me who talks, they always say, oh, Bert, have some tea and honey if you have like a little scratchy throat or something. That's just the start of what honey can do, right?
Yes, honey is great for medicinal uses. So like you said, if you have a sore throat from talking all day, Bert, it's great to have just even a spoonful of honey. It helps to coat your throat. But honey is antibacterial and antifungal. So it actually helps to keep infection and bacteria from growing. That's why it coats your throat, but it also helps to keep it healthy and clean.
So these are things that you're going to be sharing with people at the fair this weekend.
Yes, sir. Yes,
All
sir.
right, good stuff. So, it never is it true? It never goes bad. You get a jar of honey or whatever. Its shelf life is infinite, right?
Exactly. Honey is the only food in the world that will never spoil. It's the only food that an insect produces that humans can eat. And it was actually found in Egyptian tombs over 2,000 years old. And it's still
And it's
edible
still good.
today. Would you want to try that?
I would do some 2,000-year-old honey. I'd like to
Yes.
try that. That's cool. But and that's just it's remarkable about the health benefits and whatnot, and the fact that it never goes bad. I guess if you had a choice between food that lasts forever, between a Twinkie and a honey, go for the honey, right?
Definitely
Stay away
go
from
for the honey.
Right.
Yes.
Tabitha Mansker is here. She's the 2016 American Honey Princess. You can meet her in person. She is the special guest at the Hunterdon County 4-H and Agricultural Fair, which is happening at the fairgrounds. It's going on now and lasts through Sunday, Tabitha, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And-
And I'll be up there every day and giving, I think we do hive demos. We also sell honey. And then if you have any questions about bees, feel free to ask me or some of the great beekeepers that'll be up there.
Is it what's better when it comes to producing honey? Do you want hot, dry weather? The summer here has been very hot. You being from Texas, you would say, "Oh, this is nice and comfortable.
Right.
This is the weather I'm used to."
Right.
It's cooling off a little bit now. It'll heat up again this weekend. But what are good conditions for honey production?
All right. So again, coming from Texas, we deal with a lot of drought. We still produce honey there in Texas. Here in New Jersey, you just want mild temperatures. I mean, you need rain for the crops to grow, but too much rain will wash out the nectar, which the bees make honey from. So again, it's just mild temperatures. You need rain, you need sun, you need the heat. So perfect weather we're not going to get, but that would be the ideal to make the best honey crop. But here I believe y'all made a pretty good honey crop in New Jersey. So
Okay.
the weather here didn't affect it too much.
Well, that's good to know. All right. So the local honey is good this year.
Yes, of course.
Awesome stuff. All right. Tabitha Mansker is here. She'll be with us for the hour. If you want to say hello to her and say welcome to New Jersey or something, or ask her a question about Texas, you can be a spokeswoman for your home state too, right?
Yes,
All right.
yes, of course.
732-545-9282 or 888-545-9282. Jersey Central traffic and weather time.